Oof. Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are happy, healthy, doing well, staying safe, and out of trouble as you should be. These messages may or may not resonate with you, so please follow your gut, not your butt, because nobody wants to smell that shit. Okay. Now, welcome to Dream with Me, a podcast about dreams. Now, I should have titled the first episode, but I didn't, and that was because it was like a pilot episode, maybe, perhaps. Give me a general idea of what you believe it is, because I think I had like a different. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have a pilot episode made back in 2023. What the fuck? Damn. All right. You know what? Anyway, I am your host, Oscar Vinavaca. Some of you guys may know me as Mystic Merlin or Vaca or Tauro. I am a bull. Yes. And so let's get started, shall we? Now, this episode is water. And the reason why I named this episode water is because I feel that a lot of us can get an understanding of what water really is. Okay. And when I think of water, I think of refreshing, a nourishing, kind of like relaxed sensation. It feels relieving, I should say. And what do you think water is? Like, you go to the pool, that's water. You jump in the pool on a hot summer day, that is to help you keep cool and, getting waves, just creating waves with those cannonballs, floating around the water just because it's soothing. And water can also be kind of uh, as neutral as it is. Its versatility is everything. It's a key element. If it wasn't one of the four elements, then I don't fucking know, because it is the elements. So yeah, could be deadly, helpful, beneficial, versatile. And for instance, this last bit of water that good, I feel great, right? Shit. I don't drink 8 cups a day though, so I feel like that's where I'm fucking up. Besides that, water is crazy. Ocean, ponds, rivers, it all contains water. And if that water dries up, I don't think we have any source of, you know, hydration. So I remember one time I had a dream. It was like some weird fucking samurai. All right, I'm gonna talk to you guys. If I could come up with three, I'll talk three dreams. But as of right now, I can only think of 2. first dream first dream was about me being in some fucking samurai clan. I don't know. I was probably watching too much Naruto at the time, but hey, anime, pretty crazy shit, depending on what you watch. But besides that, alright. I was in a samurai clan, and it was like a heavy, heavy rainstorm. We were sent out on a mission. I'm not sure if we were going to, like, ambush another clan or it was going to be, like, assassinating a political leader or some bullshit, but all I know is that we were out. It was raining heavy, and it was, like, in this mountainous area, but it was, I think, in the lower parts of the mountain, and so we're in this town and start doing our thing, and next thing you know, there's a there's, like, a mudslide going on, all sorts of shit. So then this flood comes and wipes out this village, this town, and, like, I'm trying to save someone because they needed help, and so I go and I'm trying to help them, and yeah, I ended up getting swallowed up in this flood. I woke up kind of panicking. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck, but I'm pretty sure if I'm looking back at it, I'm thinking about it now, possibly mean that I'm going to extend myself to the point where I might not even be able to save myself. And I feel like that kind of did happen, and it continues to happen at times. Sacrificing yourself for so much, yet what if the life that you sacrifice for others, was it for a means I can't even fucking word. Alright. Would it be meaningful for you to have this, you know? I don't even know if this is having any audio, but it was crazy. I sacrificed myself for a dear friend, and did the both of us make it? I don't know. Did I make it? I don't know, 'cause I woke up. I know I woke up. That shit kinda it just sounds pretty crazy, man. Actually, I could think of 3 now, because as I was describing that one, this one popped up, and it's kind of similar, like a lot of Call of Duty War, and it's like we were sent to this area, it's a swampy area, not too much mountains, but it was kinda like a rainforest in a way, and, like, there are these houses, I don't know, I guess the way it kinda came to be was that years prior to us visiting there, because some form of secret lab testing, bioweapons, shit like that, we ended up going there and, like, Lord, so on a remote island or, yeah, some fucking piece of land, there was a secret lab testing biochemical weapons, trying to start, some form of cliche, "Imma rule the world" type bullshit. We go or no, they end up getting discovered, war happens, and so the city was kind of or the village, I should say. There was a lot of concrete on the floor, I remember, 'cause these houses, they look like modern day houses, like cement, and brick, all that stuff, and there was TVs, couches, shit like that. I don't know if they were I don't know. Alright, so anyway, they go to war, and then 43 years later, I guess, word goes out again that the old secret lab that was supposed to be blown up is now in use again, but I guess some other stuff using different technology to try to I don't I'm trying to make up the lore. So I'm pretty sure somebody might get the gist of what I'm trying to say, but so Team Delta 6 or whatnot, we go and we stop at some high ground because the city is now destroyed, covered up with moss, and there's some flooded areas. And ooh, okay, I'm trying to think of that game now. There's like some horror game. I think it's The Last of Us that I'm trying to think of, where they go through these buildings. There's moss everywhere, and there's holes on the ground and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like that. Picture that, exactly that. And like, yeah, we had to swim from one spot to another, and that was the only way we were able to reach our destination because we couldn't, you know, just fucking walk over there, even though that was the majority of what we did. But I remember going into this, it was like a four-story building, and like we weren't expecting any visitors, and so we heard helicopters kind of like coming towards us. We thought it was that of our own, but I guess people had other plans, decided to show up, and they noticed that we were there, as well as the jet kind of flew by there. I don't know if we were being watched or someone someone was on the island that we didn't know of, and they kind of realized that we were there. But yeah, so I ended up going into the water. There was like, these gunshots. Uh, Yeah, there was this big flooded area I was in. I ended up jumping into a whole, and, like, just seeing these beings, like, these I'm trying to think of the word. I'm not a fucking marine biologist, but it was like it's some kelp. It was in an ocean, but, uh, I guess adapted over time. I don't fucking know, but yeah, the gunshots, I see gunshots, there's people kinda like, floating in there because they got shot and they bled out, I think panicking, they drowned, and so I tried to reach to our destination as quickly as possible without trying to get hit, but over time, I realized, I needed to get up, get some air, but every time I tried to swim up, I would get kicked down, like, pulled down, and it was due to wearing all that heavy stuff, excuse me, and yeah, I ended up feeling when I woke up, just like I felt myself lose breath, lose air, and my whole body was aching. It was it felt like everything was tingling from head to toe, like, I don't know what the hell. And there's this last one that I wanna talk about because this one was pretty crazy, like some Inception type shit, and I wanna get this one as quickly as possible 'cause this dream, I remember it was like a tower. It was just one tower in a flat land, and I remember going in here, and it looked that scene in The Incredibles where that lava and it was like a big old stones with lettering on it, hieroglyphs, shit like that. Well, it was something like that. It was like a hotel lobby, but it was also kinda like a store. I don't it was weird, but I guess it made sense. And so, ended up checking in for a room or checking into an office. I don't know. I don't remember what I was there for, but I guess I guess it was like vacation or something. And going into this one room, I get stopped by someone who recognized me, but I don't recognize this person. But I end up, hanging out with them regardless, talking, chopping it up, whatnot. And so they end up letting me go. I end up leaving, so I go to my room. And it was an office, but it was a room, had a bed. It was yeah, it's like it was mainly an office, but it was it was like a luxury suite. That's like the best I could say. Why was I in here? I don't. But I remember like settling in. I was laying down, all the lights were off, and like I heard something. Well, I wouldn't say I heard something, but I got up. I remember getting up. I don't know if I had to use the restroom or anything, but I remember opening up the door, or I think it was like, "Oh, you know what it was?" There was this mirror. No, it was a closeted door. Like these door closets or these yeah, these closet doors. Bear with me now. It's like 1 in the morning, is these closet doors that were mirrored, and I heard heavy thudding, kinda like a black noise, kinda like a rumbling, like a continuous rumbling sound, and, like, the mirror, you know how when you look in a mirror in a dark room, it's nothing, right? If you're lucky enough to see a reflection, there'd be, like, some form of atmosphere around you, right? Well, I remember feeling myself going up to the mirror door, and I see my reflection. Something told me to open it up, so I did. I looked into the closet, and it was in the closet. You know what the fuck it was? Me in the bottom of the ocean, completely covered in darkness. And when I looked back, there was nothing there. I opened up a portal somehow, some fucking way, and I ended up in the bottom of the ocean. I looked up, nothing but darkness. You know how cloudy days at night, it looks like game, like picture GTA rendering, like it's trying to load up something. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was just waves and darkness, coral, and like this dimness, this extreme dull, like nothingness. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how low does someone have to be to recognize what loneliness truly feels like? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Water. Like, when you think of water, what do you think of? Because it's versatile. You know, how was I able to breathe in this one, in this ocean? But when I ran into these two other dreams of water, it ended up killing me in the end. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. Like, sacrificing your life and for what? When you give your life to what feels like nothing, are you really doing something? I don't know, man. This is like I'm being freaked out myself. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to go about this? That one kind of leaves me questioning what the fuck I should be doing. It's an ocean. There is nobody around you. Nobody's willing to go deep down into the ocean. That's high density. That's being crushed like a tin can. You ever finish a soda pop and you crush that can? Yeah, that's what you feel like when you keep going down under to the ocean. How do you think those fucking Logitech people did it? Like when the submarine imploded. That's what it's called. Implosion. It's not an explosion because if it explodes, it goes out. This it goes in. So being deep deep into the ocean means that you have to go deep within yourself to realize, is there something that you're doing that is worth being? because being deep in this dark is pretty damn lonely. Nobody wants to be stuck at the bottom of the ocean, let alone if you nobody's immortal. Mortality is a thing because we're all mortal. We're death was given to us in exchange for his knowledge, you know. But whatever it is, I hope everybody stays safe, stays blessed, stays well, stays happy. Remember, you are loved, will always be loved. If you love yourself, trust me on that one. I'm getting tired. Bye, y'all.